I'd like to thank everybody for having us here. Thank you for the introduction, Bob. And I got to yield to some of my Muslim brethren and ask them, brother, how do we get a bet in that 7-1 situation? How do we get somebody involved in 7-1? You got to find a way to slide some paper in there. No, but I wanted to open, and I wasn't able to make the rest of the tour because, as Bob said, I was in Europe with the IBF Cruiserweight champ, Steve Cunningham, defended his title. And so we flew in last night, but I wanted to get out here and support my man Shane. But I read something in the media that bothered me. A little ways back, we were talking about the different fighters, and I always said I thought the best matchup would be Shane Mosley and Manny Pacquiao, because they're both warriors, and you know. So I said I thought that'd be the best matchup. But there was something I told Shane. I said, listen, should we ever face Pacquiao? I said, the first person in the camp that calls Pacquiao small, I said, book them a ticket and send him home. I said, the first person to say, he's smaller than you, Shane, I said, we booking him a ticket and running him home. I said, because calling Pacquiao a small welterweight is like calling Dave Toole or Mike Tyson a small heavyweight. This guy's a legitimate welterweight, and he's proven to be one of the best in the history. He has a phenomenal team with Freddie, Roach, and these guys around him. And if you don't like Manny Pacquiao, he's done something to you personally. Because it's impossible not to like this guy if you like boxing. He gives you everything you're looking for in boxing. So with these two fighters, between him and Shane Mosley, like I said, if you don't like these characters in the ring, then you really don't like boxing. You know what I mean? Because everything you want to see done, they knock people out with single shots, they put combinations together, they have speed, they fight, they put their behind on the line, they don't do a lot of talking about it, they actually step in there and fight. So you've got to like this matchup between these two, because they bring so many of the same characteristics to each other. Now, like I said, I saw Manny Pacquiao some years ago. I think Freddie does a phenomenal job with him, and I think Manny Pacquiao is an extraordinary athlete. I'm proud that we have the privilege to solve the puzzle that is Manny Pacquiao, but I feel as though we have the athlete that can do that. You know, there was something asked to me in the back that I wanted to comment on too. I think it's disrespectful and derogatory to bring anything about an athlete that you don't have any proof of. You know, I think that it disrespects the athlete and his family. You know, and the other thing I think it does is it gives the athlete a compliment that you may not want to give him. Because the athlete's looking at you saying, your performance doesn't make me think you're doing anything wrong. Your performance is not so impressive to me that I think you're doing anything wrong. But my performance is so impressive that you feel as though I'm doing something outside the guidelines. And I'm not sure if that's a message you want to send when you may have to face that athlete. You know, I believe in Manny Pacquiao. I told people before, I think he's a phenomenal fighter. I thought this was the best matchup for Shane. I thought a fight like this shows Shane's greatness. And like I said, and I've said this before, you'll hear me say it several times again, Shane Mosley just happens to be a great human being that knows how to fight. You know, it's a privilege for me to work with him and to work with his team. And I'm honored to be here, and I thank you for your time and your patience.
So how do you prepare differently for an opponent like Shane Mosley? I know he's had several strong opponents before, but what makes him different?
Speed. He's running with speed and so forth, and just his feints and his jabs. So he's a lot different than our last opponents, but we'll get ready for it.
Is Manny's focus purely on this fight now? I know there was a few distractions in the last training camp.
There was a few early in camp, though, but once we get to LA, everything's fine, and maybe work is fine. He missed one day of training in the Philippines, and that was kind of odd, but the president wanted to see him. But one day is not going to kill him.
So where is the training going to take place? Is it going to be like the last training camp?
4 weeks in Philippines, 4 weeks in LA.
Okay. So are there any predictions for the fight?
We will knock him out.
Knock him out? Sounds great. Thank you very much.